All right, man. Let's talk about some potential. I seen an article on sideline line report about 5 potential cap casualties the Lions should be in on if available. So basically, where contracts are too heavy and don't have no guarantees left, and more likely to be cut. And some interesting ones. It just don't guarantee that they will be cut, but most likely could be cut. So it's as other NFL teams eye tough decisions to get back into better salary cap positions. These 5 potential cap casualties should be particular interest to Detroit. Detroit Lions have entered the offseason in very good position. They are in the top half of the league in salary cap right now with pretty much easy path to create more room. So we know what it is. So and they are. Um and they can cut, some guys and get more money and get more money too. So they said guard Shaq Mason Buccaneers, I say nothing to have replaced Tom Brady, are in the cap hell, 55 million over. Mason was one of the additions made in the win non-move for Brady, a quarterback, acquiring him from the Patriots for a fifth-round pick last year. He has 9.57 million cap hit. I ain't gonna even get too far into him. Um, my thing is, you got all that draft capital. Go draft you a right guard. Um, get you a guy who has the ability to kick out to right tackle. That's what you go do. You go get a really good, probably raw right tackle prospect, um, and you slide him into the right. You slide him to right guard until you get him ready, polished to play right tackle. Then eventually, you're gonna put Sewell at left tackle. He'd be able to go right guard. That's kind of the thing about it to me. I would go draft somebody younger. So that to me, I wouldn't do it. I'm good. But this is an interesting one. Byron Jones, think he came from the Dallas Cowboys, played at UConn. Jones is already on the books as one of the biggest free agent busts in recent history. He signed a 5-year, $82.5 million deal with the Dolphins after not playing well in his very first 2-year seasons in Miami. 100 plus passer rating allowed in both campaigns, 2 and 0 interceptions respectively. He missed the entire season due to an ankle injury and never recovered from Miami's vision. Was he and Howard to be one of the top 2 cornerback duos? So this will be you know you know this is not getting to the numbers too much. This will be a very very risky. Even though if you ain't paying him that much money, this would be very risky because you need a veteran cornerback, but he has to play well because you want to take pressure off of Jeff Okuda. So that's the thing about if he ain't played well in Miami. I mean, you got to ask yourself why. Is he healthy? Was the scheme, conducive to what he do well? Does he do what we need him to do well? So that's the $1 million question. So you need more of that's a very important position that they need. So they need somebody, who fit their scheme and somebody a little bit more better than that. But if you feel like he can be healthy, you get him at the right price. You bring in there, you bring him in there to compete with Jerry Jacobs and those guys. But you need a veteran. You need a veteran. You know that's gonna set the tone. So, and obviously, a lot of people don't want to break the bank, but sometimes you got to. You know. You know. So sometimes you got to. But if you look at him and you be like, well, they wasn't using it right in Miami, we can use him better. He healthy, uh, then you do so. So just because somebody don't work in one place, don't mean he won't work in another. A lot of these NFL teams, we liking to scout guys, bring them in, and play them out of scheme or play them out of position. So maybe he more suited for what Aaron Glenn or whoever defensive coordinator gonna want to do. So that's one of the big questions that you got to ask yourself. That's one thing Bill Belichick is great at, bro. He's great at seeing when an NFL player is not working somewhere like Calvin Noy, putting him in the best position, in New England, and he comes out, looking like a genius. You know what I'm saying? He comes out looking like a genius, bro. And all it is seeing what they do well, and that's what you ask them to do, and try not to ask them to do what they don't do well. So that's a good thing about Bill Belichick being the GM and the head coach of the defense. Being overall, he know what a defensive player does well, what they don't do well. This is what I'm gonna ask you to do. Nothing more, nothing less. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. And you gotta respect that from him. He's great at seeing what guys do and putting them in a position to do what they do best. And that's where Detroit got to get into, where their system is plug and play. He a man covers corner. We're going to play a lot of man, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Cool. We ain't going to ask you to play a lot of zone. You know what I'm saying? We're going to ask you to, play too much out of position. This is what we need you to do, and do it. Do it. And that's what the Patriots are so good at. But moving on, tight end Gerald Everett, Dolly Power Athletics, identifies Everett as a potential cap casualty for the Chargers this week. They're a little over 22.2 in the red against the salary cap right now, cutting Everett clear 4.25 with $4 million in dead money. We already pointed out that Everett's a potential cap casualty. So, like I said, athletic tight end, a lot of potential, but I just feel like, do you really need to upgrade at tight end? I think people gonna like James Mitchell's when he's healthy. You like Brock Wright. You like Zelstra. So if you ain't getting either one of them, I think they could be a unit that you could depend on. I think that's a unit that you could depend on. It's not sexy, but guess what? We don't use tight ends, like a use and abuse. And I like kind of what 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 the Minnesota Vikings did with TJ Hawkinson. They found ways to get him the football. In Detroit, that's just not how they offense is. And even Jared Goff wasn't like that in the Rams. It was just, spread it out. They, just Higsby would have some big games. I think Gerald Everett played over there too. I could be wrong. I believe he was a Ram too. I definitely could be wrong there. But I believe he was a Ram too while Goff was over there. I definitely could be wrong. I believe he was a could be wrong. I think he was around. Oh no. Yeah, he was around over there. He was around 4 seasons. So yeah, he familiar with him. He might not break the bank, it can't hurt. But I kind of like what they had going on with they tight ends just last year. But it is what it is. Everybody gonna look and say, well, we don't know who those guys are. Those guys aren't big names, but they all made plays when we needed them to make plays. But I don't think you gotta upgrade that position. But I understand people that want to upgrade that position because it ain't a name basis. But we don't use tight ends like that in Detroit. And, it ain't no oh, we gotta have a great tight end. They be drafting them high, and then they just you know what I'm saying, they just be there. Quite frankly, they just be there. So and they're not getting the 10 or 15 targets a game that you think a number one, a first round pick get at tight end. And then you got Carolina Panthers linebacker Shaq Thompson. Panthers are 7.9 million over cap. Wisconsin's 24.46 million cap hit. It's their highest on their balance right now. Cutting him before June 1st will clear 13.16 million. His contract turns through 2024, so the Carolina may just cut bait and extend his deal or do a restructure as he enters the age 29. he wouldn't be the first notable Panther to be let go when it seemed to still have plenty left in the tank. Thompson has been a mainstay in Carolina defense since being drafted in the first round 2015. So durable guy. Um, could get our linebackers some experience, some boost. Their defense was really good last year. Just the offense just didn't have steady quarterback play, especially till Sam Darnold came back. So yeah, I um, like him a lot. So we might need somebody like that. That's another position they need a lot of upgrade at is inside linebacker. Some people like Levante David, and just to be a table holder, but he was part of a good defense over there, and durable. So good defense, durable guy. So can bring nothing but good things to Detroit. But hey, let me know what you think about the list. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance getting notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. Marshall Sports Talk. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Appreciate it. Don't forget to check out my main channel right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Right here on YouTube. Peace.